It is here. TitanCraft Early Access. Igor, remember when I said I would replace you as soon as technology would allow? No? Well, that day is here. Be sure to close the door on your way out. That's a good lad. Ta-ta now. You have fun, kid. Now to TitanCraft. Oh, how I have waited. Oh, let's start here. Wait, did Igor not close the door? I would fire him if I did not just dismiss him. Okay, well, on to TitanCraft. Welcome to the beta. The software is still in development. You will encounter bugs and inaccessible features. Known bugs. Poses of your creations will reset when adding or swapping out parts. Every good doctor knows you need to have all your parts attached to the corpse before you begin the animation process. Bugs may be reported on the feedback page. We will get to that momentarily. The following features are intentionally disabled while they are being developed. Don't ask, they're not there. STL export. No, you may not print right now. This is still in the early access development phase. Proportions tab and the pose presets. This button makes it large screen from your browser tab. You can see right here, I am in this full screen. Feedback button. This is a very important button. If you click on this, it will open a new browser tab with a list of current reported bugs. If you experience these bugs, you may upvote this just to show that yes, you also have encountered this bug. If the bug the bug you are experiencing, I should say, is not here, you need to report it. You really should join this Discord anyway without bugs. I highly recommend it. Great people there to talk to about body parts and odds and ends. Click on that and you will get that invitation to their Discord and their bug reporting section. Now we may simply close this, or you may click on the editor button, either or. We'll click on this. I want to go back to my full screen view. Now here is where the magic really happens. Let's go. Yes. This right here, this is known as the standard laboratory for abominations and beasties. You may call it a slab. To the right hand side, we have menus. These are the Igor menus. E standing for electronic, because this is a electronic program. Gore standing for general oddities and random extremities. We click on what they are calling currently the race button. Currently there is just the one race available, the tree ants. However, they have placed the torsos here. There are two torsos to begin with. You may select either a torso with no limbs attached or a torso that has a basic layout already on it. Feel free to try either or. I start with just stripped down torsos and go from there. Now each torso will have its own set of, let's call them accoutrements. Yes, okay. So we click there, we have our torso. Now we may go to the body. Remember what the beginning said. Please place all extremities and oddities before you begin to pose. So let's see here. On this torso, we have a default head right now. We will click on that. Bam, it is placed. Look at that handsome lad. Body, we already have the body. We do not need to add another. And actually, adding one is usually turned buggy, so do not do that. Also, deletions of torsos have also caused issues, so please try not to delete your corpse. If you do not like a piece you have placed, you may click on it like so, and hit the red garbage can located down here. Poof, there it goes. We shall place another head on him right there. Now, we may place upper arms. The arm has two sections, the upper arm and the lower arm. You click on the arm you desire and select an attachment point. If you want to add both of the same style, you may click on the attachment point again. When you are finished, you may click the Done Adding button or simply double click on the screen. Handy, isn't it? Okay, we now have our upper arms installed. Let's go for lower arms. Let's go for a truly beastie fellow. We're going to put a mighty club on that arm. We'll double click. And let's give him a vicious blade on this arm. Look at that. Double click. There we go. Legs. We have an assortment of legs here. Let's pop one there. And one right there. Double click and we are done. Now, let us say, you know what? I don't want these weapon arms here. Let's give him a standard, two standard hands. We're going to give this man two hands so he can properly throttle his opponents. All we do here is we hold down the shift button, click there, click one, shift, hold the shift, click the other, and then you may select the limb you desire, and both shall be replaced. Look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Strapping looking lad there, I must say. Yes, indeed. Now, what am I? Oh, yes. Now we go back. Now we have assembled all of our appendages and accoutrements. Let us begin some manipulation, shall we? Yay! Here is the bones we were talking about earlier. When the program is all set and done, the bone structures will only be shown for the limb or body part that you select. If you click on the leg, you'll only see the bones for the legs. If you click on an arm, you'll only see the bone structure for the arm, and so on. And as they said, currently no presets are available. But let us begin. Maybe we shall make this fellow rotate his arms. Now see, we can click here and rotate the wheel like this. If we turn a bit, oh, I should explain turning the slab. If you hold the left mouse button rather, the cursor will grab onto the screen and you may rotate it thusly. Like so. If you hold down the right mouse button and grab the screen, it will move the screen thusly. Left mouse button, right mouse button. For all your camera angle desires. Now, back to manipulation here. We can manipulate the camera to turn a bone using this large yellow wheel. If we face this way and use it, it will turn, you notice, pretty much like a clock. If we turn to the side and manipulate this yellow wheel, again, like a clock. Now, if we want to just have a single view and be able to rotate any manner we desire, show the X, Y, and Z axes. This way, you may now grab a color and rotate. Green rotates up and down. Blue, side to side. Red, flaps. Flap, flap, flap. Just like this. You may also, if you decide, to move a body part. For some reason, if you want to bring this around like so, this can be used to actually, once the program is complete, I should say, allow you to attach multiple appendages and things to a body. Currently, when you attach another body part, it will reset the positioning, which would make this just reposition on top of the other limb. That does not work. Eventually, however, you will be able to place a limb and then move it where you want, and then place another limb in a socket and wash, rinse, repeat, as they say. Well, Igor doesn't say that. He's never seen a bar of soap. But that is limb movement. Now, if I decide, you know what, that was stupid, let's try that again, I can reset the bone. The bone I was clicked on, you may click on the reset bone button right up here. And there it goes. Isn't that impressive? Okay, now let us, I want to get this whole thing back to, we're going to set that back to default, and that, okay, that's all. We're back to normal. Now, let's say, have you noticed this guy has some extremely large hands? This makes some people insecure, so we may want to shrink it down. We may go to scale. You will notice there are your 3 axes to scale, such as this, or this way, representing the 3 dimensions, you know, you may scale. We're going to reset that for a moment. If you select one of these yellow arrows, however, it will uniformly scale the entire bone in all 3 dimensions. You may select any of the yellow arrows, it does not matter which, and just slide back or forth to adjust the scale. Now, I should also mention on the rotation, you see there is world axes available. If you click on that, it will render the orbit, if you will, parallel to the slab. So the green rotates parallel there. Your red will rotate horizontally from the axes. And what do we got? One more here. What do we got? Blue will run perpendicular to the, let's say perpendicular to the red. How about that? Another fancy tip. If you would like to, if you are clicked on a bone and do not feel like running over here to click, if your mouse is in a very important position you do not want to move, you may hit the G button for movement. That will be the, it will not change over here yet. That has been noted in the bug section. But now you are on the move option. We can grab this and the arm will move. If you want to rotate, you hit R, and it will bring up the rotation menu. And then you may hit the S button to bring the scale menu. So again, G is for the movement, R is for the rotation, and S is for the scale. Are you as impressed as I am? Okay, now let's reset this. What have we done? We shall hit done. That is a brief run over of those commands. Let us, actually, we're going to go back. And we shall reopen the editor. I don't want to truck with fate here, so we're just going to start with a whole new standard laboratory of abominations and beasties. Oh, I cannot pose yet. We have not selected a race. Now we shall select the larger of the torsos. This has a few more options. When it comes to creating a face on this particular lad, there is the standard face you can place up towards the top, or you may even place one in the middle there. Some eyeballs, Let's give him a menacing frown. And then a nose to be proud of. Look at that handsome gent. Look at that handsome gent. You know what? He needs a mustache. There you go. Looking proud. Now, this gentleman also has varying things. We can put a little squirrel home right there. We may put a crown of leaves on top his head. Dashing. And of course we also have, legs that we may place here and here. Give him a couple of arms. You know what? One arm. One arm's good. I only had one arm in place, so it automatically attached the lower arm to the upper arm I had. Outstanding. Now, let us see what we can do with... By the way, mustache, fully bendable. Look at that. Look at that. Such manipulations. Now this... Put there. Rotate, I shall use the... You know what, on this I actually want the world axes because I just want this green one right there. I know I wanted a parallel. How about that? Isn't that something? I think so. But this has just been a brief tutorial to attempt to show you how things work here in TitanCraft Early Access. Again, I highly recommend, if you want to see the wonderful things people do nowadays with body parts and limbs, go join that Discord. Tons of people with tons of screenshots there. It is fantastic. Many ideas, lots of just... Oh, it's a body crafters. I can't put it into words. It's amazing. So that will pretty much do it for this. Let's get out of here, folks, and start making your own fantastical treants. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's wrap this up. Very good, very good. I miss that little Igor guy. Poor Igor. I wonder if he needs a reference. We should do something. But TitanCraft's going to put all the Igors out of business. What are we going to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, until later. I'm just going to fiddle with parts and bits. We'll see you all on the